10 ways Canadians and Americans are different. G'day guys, how's it going? My name is AussieTash. I come across this particular video on YouTube, just looking through things. We're going to focus on this one for the day, 10 ways Canadians and Americans are different from the perspective of a Canadian who has traveled to America. Okay, let's get into this video. But before we do, guys, please make sure to jump on, hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell for more future live streams and videos. Guys, if you missed the live stream that we did just yesterday, Ajobi and myself took Boosted and Mazikeen for a walk along the bay. Jump on and check it out. It's really, really cool. Okay, let's get into this one. 10 ways Canadians and Americans are different. Let's roll.
What's up, guys? I'm Dan from The New Travel, and today I'm going to be sharing 10 ways that Canadians are different than Americans.
Okay. Does he sound Canadian? Yeah. All right.
Now, let's start with some basic facts, and as this list goes on, we'll get to some more serious stuff at the end.
Okay.
Number 1, we use kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. Mm-hmm. In fact, you guys are like the only ones who use miles per hour. I mean, check this map out.
Yeah, there's like 2 other countries, I think.
And also we can
countries.
do like 110 on the highway. You guys can only do what, like 60, 65? Come on, guys. It's time to join the winning team on this one.
Hold on. Just go back to that conversion for a second. Just looking at that. That's pretty much the same, mate. 110 and 65. He's just taking the piss there. That's pretty much the same when you convert it in your head very quickly. Look at this guy's setup. I love it. How cool is the picture of Charlie Chapman? His unmade bed, his open doors. He's just inviting you into his world, and that, I think, is really, really cool.
The second way we're different is we use Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. Mm-hmm. I know Americans love their Fahrenheit. They love to say, oh yeah, it's so hot. It's 105 degrees out today.
That's cool.
No, it's not 105 degrees out today, or my skin would be on fire. It's like 36.
Yeah.
You know, it's Celsius. It's the thing that literally everyone else uses except for...
All right. We'll pause it too. Yeah, we use Celsius as well. We don't use Fahrenheit. That's just how we roll. Oh, just speaking of Celsius and speaking of 36 degrees, Australia has just had its first hottest summer on record. Man, that's why I was complaining every single day about how hot it was. So yeah, we know all about days that are 36 degrees, mate. I'm telling you now. America, doing things in Fahrenheit. That's just how they roll, mate. That's their way. All good.
Moving on to number 3.
What do you got, mate?
Yeah, our money is plastic instead of paper. And I know it looks kind of weird, and people are always like, is that real money? Like, what is this? And I'm old enough to remember back when we had paper bills and they introduced the plastic ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonny, those were crazy times.
And at first, everyone's like, but they're so slippery. Like, we were not going to be able to... Actually, no, it's fine. It's money. It works.
Yeah.
It doesn't tear.
No.
I'm not going to test this theory too hard because this is a 50. But yeah, like it doesn't tear easily, at least. And also, like, if you forget about your money and it goes through the washing machine, it's fine. There's no way for water or heat to damage these bills. So, yeah, I think that's another win for Canada.
That just makes me think of this money laundering meme I seen about Canada because, you know, they have their money in the laundry, in the washing machine. Yeah, mate, plastic money. Here we go. Here's an Australian 50. That's one side. There's the other, mate. Look at that. I'm giving that a really hard tear. Have a go at that. Like, it's not tearing. It's, you know, a little bit, you know, have a go at that. It's not tearing. You can put it in the washing machine because I've put a couple of $5 notes in the washing machine. Never a 50 because, mate, I don't even have 50s. I stole this from Ajobi. I've got to put it back before he notices. But I 100% guarantee he's going to know that I've taken this. 1, because he's edited the video. And 2, because I've creased it up trying to rip it. He's not going to like that at all. Did you guys just hear that? He's just like, did you crease my 50? Oh, mate, I creased it because I was trying to show people that this dude is so right. Have a go at it. The Australian money and the Canadian money is the same. It's not going to rip. Yeah, he's having a look. Okay, let's get back into it.
Oh yeah, speaking of money, I mean, I know this is a minor thing, but do you guys remember when there used to be like that little copper-colored thing that was never good for buying anything, and it would just weigh your pockets down, and you'd always be like fumbling with them? Oh yeah, pennies. Yeah, we got rid of those like 7 years ago, something like that.
Well, probably the most talked about item in today's federal budget is the extinction of the penny.
And at first everyone was like, nah, but we like pennies. They're like those cool little guys that hang out in our pockets and always like accidentally come out when we're reaching for our keys.
Oh, I like them. Because you see them all over the place.
Yeah.
Finding things is fun.
But then we got rid of pennies and I haven't really missed them.
No.
I don't know. I don't really deal with change. I use my debit and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I think the reason why Australia, very similar to Canada, got rid of the 1 and 2 cent piece, or you guys call it the penny, was one, you know, when you buy things, it was never going to be $1.73, for example, anymore. It was rounded up to 5 cents. So you weren't going to need the 1 and 2 cent coin anymore. And that's because I think they cost more to make. They were costing more than the value of the coin themselves. So that was one of the reasons why in Australia we deleted the 1 and 2 cent piece. Trying to think when it was. Mate, it's been at least 30 years ago, I reckon, that we did it. At least. I remember being in high school. I finished high school year 12 like 30 years ago, and they'd been deleted. So yeah, 35 years ago at least, I'm saying. So yeah.
You guys should probably get rid of pennies. But believe it or not, this video is not just me giving Americans advice on how to live their life. I actually do want to talk about some more serious cultural differences than just pennies.
Okay.
And to begin with, let's go to number 5. Everything is bigger in America.
Yeah.
12 yards long, 2 lanes wide, 65.
But it's how they
tons of
roll,
American
mate.
pride.
That's how they roll.
Americans like to say everything is bigger in Texas. I don't know. I guess Texas is like the most American America to ever be America. When I'm a Canadian and I go anywhere in the States, everything gets bigger.
Yeah.
The roads you drive on become these crazy freeways with like 8 lanes of traffic. The food portions get bigger. I remember when I was a kid and my family took a trip to California.
That's cool.
And we went to McDonald's or something, and I was just shocked at how big the cups were.
Oh, I want
Do you
a
really
big
need
gulp.
that much Coke before 11 a.m.?
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, it's America. Things are bigger. What can I say?
Right.
And sort of connected to that last one, I have to say that America's a great place to be rich. Probably.
Mate, I'm telling you now, the Big Gulp, oh, mate, please bring the Big Gulp to Australia. When you go to McDonald's or Burger King and you buy, you know, like one of the burger deals that you get, mate, the Coke, it's like this big. It doesn't last. Mate, you've halfway through the meal, you got no more Coke left because they give you like ridiculous small size cups Coke. So yeah, mate, I'm all for the Big Gulp. Bring it on. Bring it over here.
the best place in the world to be rich.
Yeah, it probably
The
is.
American dream that people talk about. Like, you guys are still the place that so many people around the world want to get to because it's where you can make it the biggest.
Yeah, then
you
do
guys
it.
can hit levels in America that, I mean, not to diss my country, but we're just not at that same high level. With that being said, I think Canada is a great place to not be rich.
Yeah, same
I don't mean
as
it's a great place to
Australia,
be
I
poor.
reckon.
I just mean if you're not at that highest level,
Yeah.
I think like middle class life is probably better in Canada than in the United States.
Probably,
We just
yeah.
have like government support systems, and we have a society that believes that everyone should have a basic standard of living. We pay more taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes like hardcore libertarians and people from the US think that we are completely socialist and think that Canada's gone crazy. That's one way to see it. The way we see it is just like people deserve a chance at a good life.
Yeah.
And listen, guys, I know when you talk about politics, everyone has a different view, everyone has a different opinion, and I know enough to know that the government doesn't always speak for all the people.
Oh, absolutely,
So it's
yeah.
not like there's Americans who wouldn't like, you know, a university to be cheaper. And it's not like
Mm-hmm.
there's Canadians who wouldn't like to pay less taxes. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, these are just generalizations about where the countries are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, and another...
I definitely agree with that. America is the place to go, mate. If you want to make $1 million or you've got millions, mate, America is the place to live, isn't it? Because you can just indulge in so much. You can buy a beautiful house in Hollywood Hills and, do the strip and go to Venice Beach and all that sort of stuff, mate. It looks awesome. It looks amazing. And if I had $1 million, mate, go to America and see how it goes. That's cool.
The reason Canada is a great place not to be rich is free healthcare.
Yeah. I just talked about that. Yep.
Little known fact, there was recently a law passed that means that Canadians have to mention free healthcare in any conversation with Americans or any discussion about Americans.
No, they don't.
So free healthcare, free healthcare, free healthcare. Let's move on to number 9.
Let's
and
move
number
on.
9 is Americans think that they are the center of the universe.
Right, you can say
I can
that.
already hear the angry comments coming down below, but hear me out on this one because I've given a lot of thought to this.
Okay.
As some of you know, I travel a lot.
Yeah.
I go to different countries, and sometimes I'll be staying in hostels and stuff with many different travelers, and you meet people from all around the world. And when you do that, you introduce yourselves. You tell each other where you're from.
Yeah.
And I've seen this situation so many times where you have one traveler who says, yeah, I'm from China. Another traveler says, oh, I'm from Germany. Another one says, I'm from Australia.
Yeah.
I tell people I'm from Canada. Mm-hmm. And then an American will say, I'm from New Jersey. Or I'm from Ohio.
Yeah, I don't know
no one
about
else
that.
in the world does that.
Okay.
I would never tell a group of travelers that I'm from Manitoba
Yeah.
because they don't know Manitoba.
Okay.
Just like a German would never say they're from, I had to write this one down, Schleswig-Holstein. Schleswig-Holstein. It's a real place. Look it up.
I'm not really going to comment on that. I mean, they are who they are, I mean, that's it. I'm not going to get too political in that. America is the center of the universe, mate. Like this guy said, he might have got lots of bad comments. I don't want to deal with that. The one thing I do remember, but is when I was traveling overseas in Europe, like 8 years ago now, we were sitting at a table overlooking this beautiful vineyard in Florence. And there was mostly American travelers, at the table. There was about 12 to 15 of us. And they were just talking and talking and talking. And then, we got to the table, we all introduced ourselves. And then when it got to us, myself and my mother-in-law, and we said that we were Australian, everyone was just fascinated in wanting to talk to Australians. So I haven't met a lot of American people. I'm going to be 100% straight. But the Americans that I did meet, they seemed wholesome. They wanted to know about Australia, and they weren't that self-involved talking about themselves. So it's just going to depend on where you are and who you meet. So yeah, that's where I see that whole America is the center of the universe. It's open to interpretation on your own life experiences, I reckon. We'll leave it at that.
I do understand it. Like, this isn't a diss. I understand it because you guys are like the cultural standard, at least in the English-speaking world.
Absolutely.
Like, so many of our magazines and our movies and our music and all this stuff is about America, set in America, made by Americans.
Yeah.
Before I ever visited Los Angeles, like, I'd heard of Inglewood, I'd heard of Compton, I'd heard of Long Beach. Because I listened to hip-hop. I listened to Tupac and Biggie when I was in high school. We have an understanding of America as
that didn't
non-Americans
go well, did it?
that isn't reciprocal. And so I would say that Americans have the spotlight, and for the most part, they like it. And for the most part, Canadians like not being the center of the universe.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of Canadian actors and famous people who
Oh, yes, there
probably
is.
don't even know they're Canadian.
Yes.
People like this.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I have done 2 videos on AussieTash Reacts talking about Canadian actors that you would not have thought were from Canada, guys. 2 videos, so check them out because it's absolutely incredible. Just have a look at this little list we've got here. Wayne Gretzky, not really an actor, really, is he? Oh, well, he has been in a few movies, but he's Canadian because of his hockey. Mate, just today... Just today we were talking about Ryan Reynolds in a little stream that I did, and we asked some locals, Where do you think Ryan Reynolds is from? You know, obviously they said Canada because, you know, I was saying, look, I'm streaming live to, you know, to people in Canada, but I don't think they had any idea. Dan Aykroyd, Matthew Perry, you know, Chandler Bing, may rest in peace. Shawn Mendes, here's that singer, hey. Celine Dion. I'm telling you right now, nobody in their right mind would have thought that Michael J. Fox, aka Alex P. Keating, was born in Canada. So yeah, guys, check out those videos. They are really, really cool. And you will learn about so many incredible actors that are actually from Canada. William Shatner, of course.
Now I have time for one more rant, and it's going to be about something that I often hear as a Canadian, and it's that Canadians are so polite. Now let's talk about that for a second. Are Canadians more polite than Americans? Is there truth to this often repeated on the internet meme?
You need any help?
No, I think we're okay.
Okay then. Happy Wednesday, you two.
I've seen this.
I've been to America a few times, and I've met such cool people. So I know from experience that there are some really friendly and very polite Americans who are out there.
Yeah.
You know, Southern hospitality, all that stuff, right? But in Canada, it's just, there are little things that are almost like socially required in a way that they are not in the United States.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if you bump into someone on the sidewalk, you say sorry. People always say Canadians say sorry. It's just, you don't want to offend people. I think Americans don't care so much about offending people. It's just like,
This is America.
anyway, guys, that's it. That's my list of 10 ways that Canadians are in fact different than Americans.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think of your list. Your list. My list.
Yeah,
How
your
did it
list,
become
mate.
Your list. See,
No.
I'm so polite. I'm literally giving you my list.
Okay, there you go, guys. There you have it. 10 ways Canadians and Americans are different. What do you think about, are Canadians more polite? Mate, I've been doing this channel for about 12 months and I've got to know so many Canadians, you know, via YouTube, via Discord, and I have got so many wonderful comments, had so many amazing interactions with Canadians. But mate, in the comments, I've also read some really mean comments as well. But like I said, I've never actually met a Canadian before, except for this, you know, viral YouTube thing that I've got going. But yeah, most of the Canadians that I've met, I absolutely love. So yeah. And the Americans, I'm telling you now, in Australia, you just don't see Americans, mate. You don't see them. You see lots of, you know, British travelers, lots of people from the UK. But mate, if you hear an American accent, you're going to look around to try and see where that person is, because you just don't see Americans here. They just don't come to Australia. Well, if they do, mate, it's far and few between. So I haven't really met a lot of Americans, so I can't really say, you know, or they're more polite, or, you know, they're self-absorbed, because I don't really know. So I can't really comment on that. There you have it, guys. Here was the video for today. 10 ways Canadians and Americans are different. This was this guy's list. What's your list, guys? Can you throw up some differences on YouTube? If you can, leave them in the comments. I'd love to read them. That was the video for today, guys. If you liked it, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and of course, remember to subscribe. That really helps me out. Cheers from down under. Take care. Bye.